Ooh, I love this music. Hello, welcome back. Let's play some more before I have to go to bed. Okay, so I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly, you can do it. Oh, the music just stops so abruptly. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavily on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Okay. Well, we've got 2 and... what was it? 2 and 5 down? On our side? Okay, so... he stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. That one has already been done, so we're good there. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It wasn't on the floor. Oops. It was next to him, or so he says. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste. Oh, dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. Can't you see I'm busy here? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Want to test me, do you? It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up, just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true. I got hair in my face. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, dear me. As far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. How is that even possible? Now don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. That's right. Bless my stitches. What a muddle. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh, why the dickens would they lie? I don't know, why would they lie? All I know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. True. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. Nice. Let's go. The scales. I don't believe it. They're equal. Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. That's definitely it, yeah. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? Answer me this, dark jinx. Huh, me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if 2 witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What do you mean, what of it? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and then the Shylock stabbed him again, and this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that? Well, maybe we can look at the autopsy. He probably was just stabbed once. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. They're ready to kill each other now. I can't get comfortable either. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Do the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? Out of the question. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jinx? Come on out with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. Can we look at the autopsy now? Okay, yeah, let's look at it now. Victim name, thrice-fired Mason. Age 54, he's a brickmaker. Died like 3 days ago, around 10 o'clock. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife whilst journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. Right there. What more can we say? Oh, that's a cute little jumper with a heart on it. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. That sounds like not fair. So, where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say, the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me proof. Yo, I got it in my hands. It looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable, hard evidence. As you wish. I'll give you the proof. I'll give it to you right here. It's a knuckle sandwich. Present. That's right, take my knuckle sandwich. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times. Bitch, get shit on. Alright, I concede defeat. Nice. Let's go. Oh, yes, that's what we needed. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. Yes, we've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won. Okay, not quite. Right? There's still more to it, right? What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said, shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Please tell me he's a barber. Yeah, I guess we never really knew, or he never introduced himself. Did he? Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. Nice. Oh, he's still licking his blade. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places, and I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Nice. Nailed it. So, Lord Van Seeks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. Oh, he's pouring himself another glass. Okay. Oh my god. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice. What? It may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks! Is it cold in here, or is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during its summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. What? Well, no matter. There's nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oh, bring forth the witnesses once more. He took off his jacket. Oh my god. Whoa, it's serious now. Witnesses. I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir. That I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes. I heard it. You, sir, on the end. The coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir. My lord, sir. Sir? If it transpires that in your previous testimony you were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh, mio Dio. Oh, no. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. Witness, another one. Various misgivings. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear. But, well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fiddled us on the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh, yes. Yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. Okay. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom fifth passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. That sentence is weird to me. Oh, okay. The phantom fifth passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. There we go. I can read. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cozinage. Beppo, explain yourself. I just noticed he has a horseshoe as a tie. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty. Oh. You have been dishonest, coachman. Oh. Oh. You're a disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace, and your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. Dishonor to you, dishonor to your family, dishonor on everyone. I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. What? 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. Oh, I've done that arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. Okay. Yeah. Good job. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Actually, let's look at all the stuff we have. Okay. So we have all It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the... Oh, so we have Kazuma's armband. That's the autopsy report we saw earlier. This is just a photograph. The leather gloves the defendant was wearing at the time of the incident. There's a blood stain on the right glove. That's probably gonna come into play later. Whoa. This is so interesting. Okay. This is the knife. Oh, that looks like a W. Not an M. An ornate letter M, undeniably Mr. Magnus McGilded's initial, and it's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable, I should think. Ah, what is it? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could change everything. A W? Yes, this is one of those, you know, turnabout cases. I'm sure of it. I'm afraid I don't know it all, but what I am sure of is that this is an M. Oh, well that idea was quickly quashed. It does look like a W, doesn't it? Okay. The debtor's ledger. Oh, we can't. Can we open it? This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Oh dear. Do you really think we ought to look inside? Yeah. Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Oh, I totally forgot about Herlock. I assure you we will not find Mr. Sholm's name inside. Well, let's see what we find. Oh. What is it? Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Oh goodness, what is it? Look at this. Bruce Fairplay. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment. Oh, yes, of course. The banker. Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. What? Wait, what? So the banker owes... How does a banker owe money? So he's probably trying to get rid of McGilded so he doesn't have to pay back money. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? It's probably the same. Okay. Okay, let's go back. Moving right along. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So, yeah, he only carried 4 passengers. He was told he had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fiddled us on the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling set as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Yes, he stabbed him. I think so, yes. Well, why is he not sure? I'm gonna press him for that. He doesn't seem very sure. Yeah. Earlier you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Oh, yes, you're right. You said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. He's so busted. I might have, you know, yeah, put the cart before the horse, maybe. What's this? Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horse when I heard a scream from the seats on the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. Then when I turned around, yes, I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking out. What? His whole testimony is like all over the place. That's right. And the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So, in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all. Oh, I can look around? Oh yeah, that's right. I can look around while they're acting suspicious. Forgot about that. But when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing, did I? What's this?
Excuse me.
What's up with him? Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now, you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could you have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? Some days are like that? Wait, what? Some days are like that. Could he have just happened to see... Wait. Are we still talking about the driver? Because I don't think the driver saw him get stabbed. Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. Who owes money? It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me, I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. Mr. Lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that, all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands? Oh, here we go. After that butcher stabbed the man? Oh, yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. He fiddled us on the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. Well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. I only carried... Oh, wait. Okay, okay. This is weird. I tell you, I saw... Okay. Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood... Oh! His hands weren't blood-soaked because he had gloves on, apparently. Let's try... There. That's right. Blood-soaked hands? Well, I admit that soaked might be laying it on a little thick, but... Wording. But anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. Boom! And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there, but, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. Oh! In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. But, no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here, then? Oh my gosh. Yes, that's right. You were quite clear about it. You said, "Hell, it was both hands." Oh, wow. Mr. Fairplay, Or should I say, not fair play? If your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment this victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth? Nice.
Objection.
Oh shit. It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, I can. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection.
No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Nice! Why, I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. Not really. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate. Prevaricate? He's claiming to have no reason to lie, but is that really the case? No, it's the... If we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely. Yes, something to show this man has a compelling reason to lie in his testimony. I have evidence. It's the thingy. It's the ledger. Read it in the ledger. Yes, counsel? The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony. Yes. Oh, he's quaking. I hereby call on the defense to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for witnesses, alleged deception of the court. It's the ledger. Open it? Can we just open it without going through all this dialogue? Come on. Nice. This. Oh wait, I was supposed to press X. This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. He's like, yeah, I brought it. A list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Boom. Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No, yes. It's barely worthy of being called a debt. Apparently it's only 20 pennies. Oh, guineas. Now, according to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? What of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment. Yeah, if he died, then the debt would... Okay, yeah. All outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw? In a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant? Nice. We got you, bitch. Order, order, order. Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes? My lord. Let me ask you again, and be aware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? I guess we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.